Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Medeek Wall plugin. My name is Nathaniel P. Wilkerson, and today I wanted to introduce custom walls. So I've been working on this now for the last couple of weeks, and today I am going to show you guys the latest version I have just released. It is version 4.7.0. Today's date is July 19th, 2026. All right. So to get going, let's go ahead and throw a grid down, typical starting point that I usually use. Let's go with a small grid. All right, so with the custom walls, we have two methods of drawing them. The first method that I initially created was the face method, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that first. It's pretty straightforward. So you just start, usually what I like to do is start with a grid like this, and then just go ahead and put my face, start with a face, just on that grid, so I can select points precisely. But I mean, this is really up to you what you might want to do. So I'm just going ahead and throwing a grid together. I'm going to head and group it, just keep all the geometry together. So we'll go ahead and make group. All right, so there's our face. Now, if you have a face like this, it's horizontal. The custom wall draw tool will not actually utilize it. So the face actually has to be a vertical face, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and rotate this face. Just going to take the rotate tool here. Let's use our hotkeys here so we can rotate up 90. And I think, oh, not quite there. Sometimes it's hard to get a snap to 90. My gosh, this one is hard today for some reason, but there we go. Okay, so there's our face that we want to start with. Okay, so let's go ahead and click the regular draw gable wall tool. And you'll see now that we've kind of chopped this whole thing down. We used to have a whole bunch of other grayed out shapes that I was going to add, but then I realized maybe we just add one tool that has the flexibility to do all of them. So that tool now is this custom wall tool. All right, so you're going to pop up here with the regular sort of draw menu. So slightly different from the regular one, for rectangular walls and such, but it's mostly the same. So first thing you'll notice is up here you're going to have this wall draw mode face, and you can click this or use the up arrow, the hotkey, to toggle it between face mode and polyline mode. We're going to leave it here in face mode right off the bat. And as soon as you mouse over a face, you're going to notice this green circle. So that is kind of your start or base point of the wall. And just like regular rectangular walls, let's assume we're looking at the exterior of this wall. We want our start point to be on the left side and then extend over, eventually extend over to the right side. So what I recommend is get down to your, bottom left corner, looking at the exterior side of your intended wall, and then go ahead and click anywhere in the face just so that it's highlighting that circle at that point. So once you do that, you're going to see it basically project out this blue line. And it doesn't really matter how far out you click on that line. And you'll notice if you go the other direction, it will basically kind of give you a preview of a wireframe, right? And so it shows that it's going to look like that, or it's going to look like this. So we want it this way, and we'll just go ahead and click a point here, and there's our custom wall or irregular wall. Now note that the face that we originally created is still there. I'm just going to go hide that face for now. Okay, so it doesn't delete the face, it just leaves it. I mean, you can delete it if you want, it's up to you, but I just decided, it probably doesn't make any sense to delete it. The user can do that. Okay, so the cool thing with all this custom wall idea is that, right, we've got the ability to create any irregular shape we want, which is really nice because let's go ahead and we made our wall way too small. But that actually is a plus, because what I'm going to show you guys now, let's go ahead and turn the tags off. We're going to turn off the cladding and a couple other things here just because it makes it a little easier to see what's happening. Let's see, maybe we'll turn the sheathing off too. Okay, so there's kind of our skeleton, right? Just our framing, that's all we want. Okay, so what I can do now is I will right click on this wall, and you'll notice here we have a new thing. You've got all the typical stuff, right? Edit custom wall, right? Regen, etc. but I'm going to click Edit Wall Profile. Okay. As soon as I do that, I'm just going to open this menu a little bit bigger. As soon as I do that, you're going to have this little, well, it's a very simple menu. It really just has some instructions on it and a kind of like a submit button, and then this grid on and off option. Okay, so you're gonna get something like this with a bunch of little green icons and one red icon. So the red icon is your wall base point, right? That point is, you cannot move it. You cannot, that's just, it's set, and that's why it's red. But all the other points here we can move, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. We're just moving these points, and you can kind of move them however you want. Now, granted, if you have the grid down here and you kind of mouse over this grid, notice how it jumps down to this grid. You probably don't want that. So, it's trying to inference off of any objects or bodies within the model. So that's why I'm keeping it rotated so that I'm out in the middle of nowhere right now. All right. So again, you just kind of grab these points. Once they turn blue, that means that point's active, and you can drag it. You can right click on it. You can delete the vertex, and then you can see you can move these. And the cool thing is I have it set up now where you have this blue kind of snap that snaps to any existing points. So it's nice when you want to get horizontal points. And then if you want to add a point in, just double click here once you see the little green or yellow icon, and you can just move these around. Okay. The other thing too is you can turn on this grid option that I've enabled, and notice that now the little icon up there in the corner says grid on. There's also a hotkey for it. I think it's the N key on Windows keyboard. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to bring this along here, and notice how it kind of snaps those points, and it's on a 12-inch increment. Okay, and it's incrementing off of the base point, so kind of it's creating an XY grid in the plane of the wall, and it's incrementing off of that. All right, so now I'm going to take this point here, and notice how as I line up on it vertically, it lines up with that point just below it. Okay, so now I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to grab this point, and I'm going to actually see if I'm kind of out of my cutting plane here, but it still works. Sometimes that's kind of annoying. Okay, see, we want to get it. See, notice how we have it snapping to both points, so we get two blue lines. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. You can hit Enter now, or you can hit Update Wall. Either one. Right. So there's our wall. Again, we can go back in there. We just can keep adding points. So you can do this as many times as you like. Okay, so I'm just gonna add. I'm gonna turn the grid back on. And I'm going to put that right there. Let's see if I can find a nice symmetrical peak there. Okay, so there you go. There's a interesting shaped wall. Let's go ahead and add a couple windows and doors. And the whole point of all of this, of course, and I've got my trim turned off and some other things, but that's fine. All right, let's add a window just for a little bit of interest here. And let's see, maybe we'll just turn the casing off. We don't need that on right now. I think I have Windows. I have all my settings kind of wrong right now. Nothing's turned on properly. I should have my Windows turned on, but that's fine. All right. So basically what I'm trying to show you guys is that the nice thing about these custom walls is now see we have this door situated kind of at this step in the wall. Now, before we would have had to create a gable wall and then basically put adjacent to it a regular rectangular wall. But the only problem is when you do that, how are you going to put a door that spans across both wall panels, right? And so that is, I guess Matt Donnelly was the one that kind of pointed that out to me. He says, hey, we really need a custom wall. So that is kind of was the genesis of this whole custom wall idea. So that's pretty much it as far as the basics of custom walls. Now we showed you how to start with a face, so I'm just going to go ahead and let's just delete this actually. I'm going to show you guys now the polyline mode, and I kind of find that the polyline mode is a little more free form, and it takes a few steps away out of the process because you don't have to actually go ahead and create a face ahead of time. So we'll go ahead and hit custom again, and up here we'll hit the that little icon there, and then I'm also, once I click in here, I can hit the N key, and notice you'll notice up there in that corner it kind of shows like a little grid that was added. You hit that again, it toggles it off. So we're going to use polyline mode, and we're going to turn the grid on. And now I am just going to start laying some points down. So first off, let's just use the bottom grid here. It doesn't really matter. Kind of get above the grid here so we're not inferencing it to that. And the nice thing is now, okay, see now we kind of snap vertically, and we can just kind of go up and it keeps snapping. I'm going to put this at 8 feet and 96 inches. And then, and by the way, I should have put my units on architectural, but for some reason I've got it on this decimal with all these decimal points. It's kind of a little silly, but I think you get the idea. Anyway, so the point of the grids is that it really gives you an ability to, line things up quite nicely. So I'm just trying to get a slope here. And then, there we go. And then finally, as you come down for that final point, notice how it toggles red as you go right over the original point. So that tells you that if you click there, it's now going to terminate and create the wall. Okay, so there we have it. All right, and then I'm going to just add a door here, maybe a window too, just to put something in there. Okay, then now let's turn on a couple options here. So let's turn back on all of our sheathing and our cladding. I think we turned our cladding and casing off. I think we had actually the trim all turned off as well, but that's fine. All right, so yes, I've got most of the options now set up so that we have exterior trim, we have blocking, we have wainscoting, we even have coins. Let's go ahead and turn on the exterior trim. Probably should have the other door trim and everything turned on as well, but let's just see what happens there. Okay, see, now we've basically got all that. And right here, I see how I don't have the freeze going through the corner. I'm going to turn that on actually. So we go over here to freeze through corner, turn that yes, and you can see that now it will miter right through it like that. All right. Yeah, anyways, I don't have all my Windows settings right, but that's fine. But the point is, I just want to show you is that we have basically all of the advanced options now set up, I think. Now there's a few things I'm still working on the presets and how I want to handle it. I'm not sure if I want to keep that separate from because the settings for some of these custom walls are a little different than regular rectangular walls. So we might keep that separate, but I'm still working on that one. But yeah, you've got all your options here. Let's turn on, for instance, let's turn on some blocking. Hit update on that. And then you can see we've got the blocking turned on to the back. You can see right there we've got a clash. I think in the rectangular wall I did fix that at some point, so I need to relook at that and fix that if that's the case. But yeah, you can do multiple rows of blocking, that sort of thing. Same, pretty much is the same as all the rectangular gable walls, etc. So yeah, it's pretty complete, I would say. Mostly I just want to show you guys that this new ability to edit this profile I think is really cool, and it's just a completely new way of handling it. And my previous way was much more slower, and I don't know, it was just kind of archaic. So I really like this new tool that I've created. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it's useful, and I think it will speed up any sort of modifications that you have to do to these walls, because you can just get in here and just quickly, maneuver these points around however you see fit, and then boom, you're done, and it just automatically changes everything for you. All right, guys, if you have any other suggestions or issues, like I said, I just barely 2 weeks ago put this together, and I'm still ironing out a few of the little bugs and putting on a few fires. But if you have any suggestions to make the tool better, or bug reports, please send those my way. I can always be reached by email and also by phone. All right, we will talk to you guys later.